Commission for Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. Order at 5:38. Call to order. Item number 1 is public comment. This time is made available for comments from the public on matters within the Civil Service Commission's jurisdiction that are not on the agenda. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. Have anybody that's? Nope. We'll move on to item number 2, consent calendar.
Use your mic. I'll make a motion, we accept the consent calendar. Sorry about that.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Weisner,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 4-0 vote. Commissioner Atwood is absent today.
Okay, we'll move on to item 3. 3A is the hearing for reallocation of Program Assistant 2. Hearing to consider the position reallocation for Program Assistant 2 and employee allocation status as outlined in the discussion section of the agenda item.
Good evening, Commissioners. Yes, as you mentioned, this is a hearing to consider a position reallocation for an employee who is currently classified as a Program Assistant 2 to a Senior Program Assistant, and I believe her director is here to speak on her behalf.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
So Ms. Marley was currently a program assistant 2. Over the years, I think she's been a program assistant 2 since 2006. Over the years, her duties and jobs have evolved primarily to include some supervision type activities where she leads and coordinates work of other employees. So the day-to-day duties of hers have changed, where she's ensuring there's proper coverage for the reception desk. Complaints and other issues are elevated to her, and really overall, the job's scope of what she's done has really expanded to include their duties beyond the scope of a program assistant 2. So we're here requesting that her class be changed from program assistant 2 to a senior program assistant.
Hey, do we have any questions?
Yeah, I have a comment. It says assistant 2 since February 2008. How long has Ms. Marley been performing duties above her current description?
Okay.
It's February 1st, 2008.
Can you state your name for the record?
My
please?
name is Herminia Marley. I think since last couple of years, my duties as far as like helping out with the reception.
Speak a little closer to the
Oh,
mic.
sorry,
please.
I'm a little nervous. Past couple of years, I can't. My head right now.
No, that's fine. I simply asked the question just because it's important that we are identifying job descriptions that are properly allocated to our employees and their pay matches accordingly. I think that's
Yes.
very important. So thank you for, giving it all 13 years, right? And serving above the current job description or the job description of your current job title. So that's why I asked that question. Thank you.
Have any other questions?
And for us, obviously, we just joined with the jail.
Good job.
Back under one roof, huh? Okay, entertain a motion.
Yeah, sure. I make a motion that we approve.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Commissioner Perez, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Commissioner Weisner,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 4-0 vote to approve.
Thank you, Board.
Thank you. 3B, consideration to adopt classification specification, building permit services manager, consideration of amendment to classification plan, adoption of classification specification, approval of salary recommendation, overtime status, unit designation for building permit services manager.
Thank you, Commissioner. So this one is a new classification that we're developing for the department. As noted in the item, we still have to get agreement from the union on what we're doing with the salary, so we can take it to the board. But Deborah Muller is here to answer any questions you may have of the classification that we're creating. But essentially, it's going to be overseeing the permit services and all of that area that they're doing with going out and giving permits to the community. So Deborah might be able to provide more information and detail regarding the actual position.
Good evening, Deborah Mahler. I'm the CED Building and Fire Safety Division Director. So our department handles all building and fire permits throughout the entire county. So right now what we're doing, we have obviously the growth down in the lower section near the Fresno County line that's really exploded. So we have probably tripled our permits that we do annually. We have also increased with staff. We've gone from about 12 to 15 staff, and I'm up to about 23, 24. So my problem here now is span of control. Honestly, I have 23, 24 people coming to me directly. So unfortunately, putting out those fires, it would be good to have a mid-management level person that can kind of assist with that and also handle the customer. We have a lot of customers that deal with building permits that why did the inspector require me to do this, or why does the plan checker need me to do that? So I need somebody that can kind of field some of those questions.
Do we have any questions? Entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we approve as presented.
Second it.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Commissioner Weisner,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 4-0 vote to approve.
Thank you for coming down. Item number 4 is staff reports.
So nothing major to report, only that we have a special meeting scheduled for next week, July 29th at 5:30 p.m. It's going to be a joint meeting of the Civil Service Commission, kind of loud, the Civil Service Commission, the Planning Commission, and the Appeals Assessment Board. The training is going to be regarding how you are a hearing officer. The training is going to be provided by Lozano Smith, our county counsel, Regina, and her partner, Mary Lerner, are going to be doing the training next week. And so they'll provide food. So there'll be food here for all the commissioners from all the boards. I believe it's going to be about 2.5 hours of training. And so I think it's going to be here, right? It's going to be here. So the setup's going to be a little bit different with, I think everybody's going to be sitting in the audience and they're going to be presenting up here to the commissioners. So just wanted to give you a heads up. That's going to be next week. And long time waiting training that you guys needed to have for how to be a hearing officer for hearings that might be coming up. That's it.
Is this something that we can attend via web-based?
We're checking on that with county council. I think we might be able to turn it on. The only issues that we have sometimes is that when people ask questions, unless the mic is in front of them, you might not be able to hear them from Zoom, but we'll try to figure something else so you can attend.
Okay, thank you.
And maybe these presenters can, excuse me, repeat the question before they answer it. That might be helpful because their mic should work better.
If this has to do with us being able to figure out what is our job and what is their job, or
So this
why
is
are we
this.
meeting with them anyway?
So because you're all public bodies, and so we have to meet the Brown Act requirements since
Oh,
all
I see. Okay.
the members at our meeting. So it's kind of like the one that we did with the Board of Supervisors when you got your Brown Act training and all that stuff. We had to do a joint meeting with the board. Essentially the same thing. We're going to do a joint meeting with the Appeals Board, the Planning Commission, and us. So that way we notice everybody properly, and then nobody's really going to attend the meeting. It's just we do it for Brown Act purposes. And then just the presentation is all it's going to be really on. It's how all the commissioners and appeal board members can be hearing officers.
This a mandatory meeting?
Yes, we asked the commissioners at the last meeting to give us dates, And so we set the dates based on availability from you and the other commissioners. And so I remember we had to do it after July 15th, I believe. So that's why we scheduled the July 29th, because that's when everybody was available.
Totally forgot that I'm going to go on vacation next week. I'm like,
We'll
"Whoa."
try to get the link. So, but it semi is mandatory because we're doing it specifically for the commissions. So we request, that you attend, because you do, one of the most important hearings that you handle are disciplinary hearings. And so that's something that I don't know if the commissioner has ever received that training before. But we're doing it, now. So if you guys could please be here. We're getting the attorneys to come actually do the training for you.
We want to help sharpen us up.
Yes, exactly.
I think it's good.
Mhm.
Is there a possibility that it would be recorded? So if somebody like Elizabeth cannot be here, they can actually sign in and actually attend like a Zoom meeting, but delayed?
I don't know if it's going to be recorded, but I will ask county counsel and double check with her, because it's more like a workshop, and typically workshops are not recorded.
But that doesn't mean they couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I will ask.
Because chance that something could come up for almost anybody
Right.
with that many people that might not be able to attend, but then they have it, instead of having to present it again, they could just sit and watch it,
Exactly.
sign in and sign out for verification.
We will ask and see if we can get it recorded.
That help? See. All right. Move for adjournment.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I second.
You're adjourned. Thank you all. No, that's not a record. That's not even close. No, I know the record because I have it.